Welcome back to CarScope, the channel where we zoom into the future of driving one vehicle at a time. Today, we've got something that's bound to stir up conversation, ruffle feathers in the sports car community, and make SUV lovers smile with anticipation. Say hello to the 2026 Corvette SUV. Yes, you heard that right, a Corvette, the name that's been synonymous with American performance coupes for generations, now arrives in SUV form. This is not just a bold move, it's a transformation. Let's start with the first impression. Visually, the 2026 Corvette SUV is unmistakably tied to its sports car lineage. It's aggressive, wide, low-slung for an SUV, and exudes presence from every angle. Chevrolet clearly didn't want this to be just another crossover. From the moment you lay eyes on it, you can tell this isn't a rebadged family hauler with a Corvette badge. It's a purpose-built performance SUV with Corvette DNA coursing through its chassis. Starting at the front, the SUV retains that iconic Corvette snarl. The headlights are razor-sharp, housing futuristic LED DRLs that trace a dramatic path across the front fascia. The hood is sculpted with deep creases, almost mirroring the C8's design language, and there's a noticeable aerodynamic splitter underneath. Wide air intakes flank the lower portion of the bumper, suggesting performance-oriented cooling and downforce management. Even standing still, it looks like it's slicing through air. Moving to the side profile, this is where the Corvette SUV starts to show its unique character. The roofline is coupe-like, tapering gently toward the rear to maintain a sporty silhouette without compromising on interior space. The wheel arches are aggressively flared, housing massive 22-inch wheels that vary in design depending on the trim level. There's a long, sculpted character line that runs from the front fender through to the rear, giving the SUV a sense of motion and tension. Subtle carbon fiber touches around the window trim and side skirts reinforce the high-performance theme. Around the back, the design continues to impress. You'll find a bold rear spoiler integrated into the tailgate, quad exhaust tips positioned low and wide like on the C8, and narrow LED taillights that give off a futuristic glow. The rear diffuser is functional and adds to the performance character. Importantly, it doesn't feel overdone or tacky. It walks the line between muscular aggression and design sophistication. It's not trying to be something else. It's a Corvette through and through, just taller. Step inside, and you're greeted by a cabin that mixes luxury, sportiness, and tech in equal measure. The driver's seat feels like a cockpit. Chevrolet has brought over a lot of design elements from the Corvette C8, like the squared-off steering wheel, the cascading center console, and the wraparound dash. But what's new here is the elevation of materials and practicality. The dashboard features dual high-resolution displays, one in front of the driver acting as the digital gauge cluster, and the other a wider screen infotainment panel tilted slightly toward the driver for a driver-centric feel. Both displays are responsive, bright, and customizable. The latest version of Chevy's infotainment software runs seamlessly and integrates wirelessly with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's also a head-up display that projects performance and navigation data in crisp detail. Materials are upscale throughout. Soft touch Alcantara and Nappa leather dominate the seats and door panels. Real aluminum or carbon fiber accents, depending on the trim, provide a tactile, premium experience. The ambient lighting system is subtle yet dynamic, changing color based on drive modes or user preferences. The seating is comfortable but supportive, with aggressive bolstering in the front for spirited driving. Rear passengers aren't forgotten either. Despite the sloping roofline, there's impressive headroom and legroom in the second row. A panoramic sunroof opens up the cabin, making it feel even airier. There's also a generous cargo area in the back, proving that this SUV doesn't just play the part, it lives up to the utility promise too. Now let's talk about what really matters. Performance. The 2026 Corvette SUV isn't just about looking sporty, it delivers. Under the hood, you have two primary engine options. The base model features a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 making around 500 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. That's already enough to propel it from 0 to 60 in under 4.5 seconds, which puts it ahead of most luxury performance SUVs in its class. But then there's the ZLZ trim, or what we're unofficially calling the Corvette SUV Z06. It comes packed with a reworked version of the LT6 engine from the C8 Z06, a 5.5-liter naturally aspirated flat-plane crank V8 tuned to SUV specs, pumping out a screaming 670 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It's matched to a performance-calibrated 10-speed automatic transmission and a rear-biased all-wheel drive system. 0 to 60, under 3.4 seconds. Quarter mile, just over 11 seconds. It's not just a fast SUV, it's a Corvette that happens to have rear doors. Handling is another standout trait. The SUV rides on an adaptive magnetic ride suspension that continuously adjusts to road conditions and driver inputs. In track mode, it firms up and lowers slightly, enhancing body control. In comfort mode, it glides over imperfections with a surprisingly supple ride. The steering is electronically assisted but direct, offering a surprising amount of feedback for an SUV. Braking is strong and consistent, thanks to large Brembo rotors and optional carbon ceramic brakes for the performance trims. Chevrolet also includes a suite of driving aids: adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and a new performance telemetry system that lets you record laps or adjust your daily commute, if that's more your speed. There's even a launch control system built into the performance trims. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 Corvette SUV isn't trying to be an everyman's crossover. The base model starts around $72,000, which puts it in line with rivals like the BMW X5 M50i and Audi SQ7. The mid-level trims, which add more tech and luxury, climb into the $80,000–$90,000 range. And the ZLZ Performance variant, expect to pay north of $115,000, fully loaded. But here's the kicker: it feels worth it. It doesn't feel like Chevy is selling a nameplate. They're delivering a performance SUV that earns its Corvette badge with real engineering, design, and road presence. You're not just paying for the badge, you're paying for the entire Corvette experience, just with room for groceries and the dog. So, what's the final verdict? The 2026 Corvette SUV is bold, unapologetic, and refreshingly unique in a sea of cookie-cutter luxury SUVs. It's not a replacement for the sports car, it's an expansion of the brand. Corvette purists might scoff, but once you get behind the wheel and feel what this thing can do, it makes sense. It's the Corvette of SUVs, not because of marketing, but because of performance, character, and heritage. Thanks for watching CarScope. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 2026 Corvette SUV, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly automotive deep dives, and ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Got thoughts on the Corvette going SUV? Sound off in the comments, we'd love to hear your take. Until next time, stay sharp, drive smart, and keep your scope on the road ahead. Closing scene: slow motion footage of the Corvette SUV drifting around the corner, engine roaring, followed by the CarScope logo and music fade out.